we are going to nerd out about the 2024 South Jersey housing market predictions.
Yeah.
Now, Mel is a nerd about real estate. She loves facts. I have a ton of opinions because I'm very opinionated.
You do?
18 days. I tell you, it is heating up in the South Jersey real estate market right now. So
it's been hot, so it's not heating up. It never got cold in the South Jersey housing market.
I was doing a little bit of figures this morning. We are a team of 14 agents here. Already we've put in 25 offers for the month of January.
There's snow on the ground, it's cold. People still want to buy homes. And what we've been talking about on the team is, I even looked at my pipeline of people that I'm working with. I have about 10 to 15 buyers that if the right property hits the market, they're writing an offer tomorrow. That's just kind of like what you're seeing.
Absolutely.
For sure.
How many homes are for sale right now in Burlington and Camden County?
Active on the market, meaning you could go and schedule a showing tomorrow. There are 962 homes between two counties, Burlington and Camden County. If we include the coming soons, which are homes that are going to be listed, 1,028. So let's put this into perspective. I think the highest number of listings or active homes for sale that we got to last year was about 1,200. Not much more. We're kind of at the seasonal bottom, which we kind of understand in the market. Not many people are putting their homes up for sale. Numbers do tend to go down. But in a typical market before COVID, you would have about 4,000 between Burlington and Camden County. We have 962.
In these two counties, we have about 12,000 realtors out there. You have 10 to 15 active buyers waiting for that perfect property. Let's say half of the realtors will never sell anything because that's a stat that just came out. More than half of all realtors haven't sold a home in 2023. So let's just say the top 100 agents have 10 people looking to buy a home.
That wipes out your number of homes for sale. Gone.
This is just laying the groundwork of where I think the 2024 housing market will go. Let's talk about homes for sale, active homes for sale starting from now and what we'll see throughout this year. What do you think?
We're obviously going to get more homes coming to the market for sale in the springtime. That's, pretty much we're kind of back to that seasonal flux where you do get more homes coming to the market, but we're not getting the thousands of homes that we really need to satisfy demand. It's not happening. A lot of the conversations that we have with people who are thinking about selling is, am I crazy for trading a 3% interest rate for one that's 6.5, almost 7%? They're not moving unless they really have a need. There are some opportunity moves. We're just not going to see the amount of homes that we need to satisfy demand, and we can't build them. We're not building them here in this part of New Jersey. Where are they going to come from? That's a very good Yes, people are staying in their homes longer. All of those things are leading to this vortex of we're just going to continue to see not enough homes for sale.
Looking at the 2023 end date of foreclosures, that's still way down, even pre-pandemic levels. I think people have enough equity in their homes that if there was an unfortunate event, life event, maybe losing their job, they don't have to go into foreclosure. They have enough equity to sell. I don't think that's going to be a wave of sellers to the market. We also, like you said, and I think this is the biggest key, boomer generation, just going to say that's who has all the money, all the equity.
They have all the money.
They have all the homes. They are staying in their homes longer, staying around their grandchildren longer. They're not retiring as much down to the South or Delaware. And they're not even downsizing. They're staying in their 3,000 square foot home for longer.
The other thing too is we're talking to sellers who maybe they bought their first home. It's a townhome. Maybe it's a twin home. They're not talking about selling them when they go to move up. They're talking about keeping them and renting them out.
I think that is the biggest thing people have not been talking about enough. Even within our team, some of us have made a move over this last year. We didn't sell our starter home. We kept it and rented it out because we do have the lower interest rates.
I met with clients the other day. They own 2 twin homes in Collingswood. They're trying to keep both of them and then buy their move up home because they want to keep that real estate in the family for their portfolio, which is a smart idea. If you can do that, great. But those are two homes that could have come to the market that may never come to the market. I think we're just going to see more in 2024 of just, you're going to have to be really patient because the number of homes for sale, we're not going to see a giant increase.
No.
We're just not.
The biggest hot topic of the first part of this year,
what's
interest rates. Everybody thinks that they have the crystal ball.
There isn't one.
On interest rate. We had the crystal ball of interest rates. We wouldn't be in real estate. We'd be in Vegas playing the slots or the horses, and we'd be winning.
Interest rates are up from the low of what we saw earlier this year. They're up to about 6.88 for a 30-year fix. They've gone up a little bit. I think what we're going to see this year is hopefully some stability, but there's still going to be some movement, more so than what we've seen, pre-COVID. So I think they're probably going to average around 6.3% up to like 6.6%. I think by the end of the year, depending on, there's so many factors, political factors, we have economic factors. The economy is not performing how the feds want it to with regard to slowing down inflation, jobless claims. It just keeps outperforming what they want to see it do, right? Which is like causing some disruption in how they're hoping to control inflation. Based on those factors, I think by the end of the year, you could possibly see low sixes, high fives. It just really depends on how restrictive the Fed continues to be, because they had no problem hiking rates. In order to bring them back down, it's going to be a slower path.
I definitely agree with you on that one. I think a lot of people got really excited a little too soon when they're saying interest rate drops or Fed rate cuts. Until they do that, I'm not holding my breath.
And the jobless claims are at the lowest level since September. That's not what the Fed wants. The Feds want to see that jobless claim kind of break that 323,000 mark, which we haven't come close to.
I predict we do not see fives. I think there's going to be some
really
that,
well-qualified
buyers, high credit scores. They might hit up in 5.995, something like that.
Okay.
But I will be mostly 6.25 to 6.75. Still a great decrease from what we had at the height last year.
Yep.
So as long as we stay in the sixes, I think demand will still continue to tick up, especially as we come into the spring market, just depending on if there's any homes for sale.
We'll see. I'm going to let you go first because I think you're just copying me at this point.
Oh, gotcha.
What do you think home prices are going to do?
It's the interest rate. And I think it all goes with the same correlation. Interest rates stay 6.5, that average into spring market. We're going to see price appreciation. I honestly believe a little bit faster the first 6 months of the year. I think people are going to be surprised of what homes go for. In spring, most of those people start getting everything ready outside, the landscaping, they declutter, they do their spring cleaning before they sell. I honestly think that we're going to see a little bit higher appreciation within the first 6 months of the year. I say we're going to jump right into 10% appreciation, then average out a little bit between 9 and 10 for the last 6 months. But I think we're going to hit another 10% price appreciation this year.
Did you steal my notes? Because I have the same. We didn't even talk about this.
We didn't talk about this.
We didn't talk about this because I was like, don't talk about it. Let's just, get on there and see what each other does. But I think it's the same thing because we're just not going to have the number of homes for sale. So it's going to be extremely competitive. And we're already seeing that. With our agents putting offers in over the weekend, one property had 28 offers. One property had 31 offers in the early part of January. When you take a look at that, it's just going to be more of the same. Less homes for sale, more people who want to buy those homes. It's going to be competitive. The prices are going to go up again. And I'm thinking same thing. There's going to be pockets where the appreciation is more, but we're going to be between 8 and 10% again. The typical average is between 3 to 5%.
That's the national average.
Yes.
National average is 3 to 5%. Normal price appreciation, meaning home prices go 3 to 5%.
My caution is for everyone who's thinking prices are going to come down. They're going to wait for prices to come down. They're going to get a deal. My advice to you is really take a look at the data, ask some good questions, see what's going on in your local market. And the best deal that you're going to get is the house that you buy today. Because by the end of this year, it's most likely going to be worth at least 4 to 5% more.
That's a mic drop right there.
Someone's asking if someone's struggling to buy a starter home around the Collingswood area.
I think people think that this is 2017, 2018, 2019, when Collingswood had starter home prices. Collingswood doesn't have starter home prices right now. The clients and the buyers need to do is to reevaluate expectations. It's a wonderful place to live, but it might not be your starter home. I didn't start my starter home in 08108. My first home was up in Riverside. I stayed there for 6 years and then took the equity out to buy into the zip code I wanted to be in. I think the expectations of what you can buy need to be changed a little bit. And there's so many great surrounding neighborhoods that are going to blow up because 08108, Penn Township, Collingswood, Haddonfield, Oakland, Audubon even have priced out not the starter home. So I would say, you know what? Your first home might not be in the zip code that you absolutely want it to be in, but buy that opportunity in an outlier town that's still close to that zip code and build that amazing equity, because that's the biggest equity jump you're gonna get is in those outlier towns.
I agree.
Change your expectation. I'm very passionate about that because I always wanted to live in this town.
I know you did. It was your dream.
It was our dream.
That was the move. That was going to be it.
It took 7 years to get here. I bought in an area where I didn't know at the time because I wasn't in real estate. That has been the best investment we've ever made.
There's a path.
Yes.
I think a lot of people want to kind of come out and buy their dream home as their first home. Sometimes that can happen depending on financial circumstances, but most likely it's not going to happen. That's what we want to help our clients with, is make these good decisions by discussing all of these data points, because there's a lot of information and it gets so noisy out there. And it's really important to take a look at what the local market is doing, because it's so different here than it is in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
A lot of different places have more new construction.
The room to build it.
Yeah, and we just don't.
So let's wrap it up with our real estate predictions, rapid fire, Mel, interest rates, market, and sales price.
Interest rates 6.3 to 6.6%, somewhere around there. We are not going to have a flood of new homes hitting the market for sale. We're going to struggle with the number of homes for sale versus the number of buyers in the market. And home price appreciation, 8 to 10%.
There you go.
Higher than last year.
What I want you to understand, whoever's our clients, our soon-to-be clients, anybody that we're working with right now, home prices are not going to go down. If they would have went down, we would have saw that when they were 8% interest rates. We're hovering in the mid to high sixes. Homes will continue to appreciate. We do not have the amount of homes that are needed for the demand of the buyers. The biggest generation are at home buying age right now. We're going to hover around 1,000 homes for sale at any one time in Burlington and Camden County. I think even if it ticks up a little bit, that inventory is going to be gone, picked up right away. And I really want, for all the buyers out there, I want you to listen to us. Whatever you're listening to out there, it's not going to get easier.
No.
It's not going to get easier to buy a home. Prices are going to be higher and the demand is just backlogged. Buy the home now. Find that good bones. You can paint. You can do all sorts of things. You can renovate. But buy now.